Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility, where we take a look at some of the great new releases that are coming out in these genres of heavy metal, hard rock, progressive rock, jazz, fusion. We kind of do it all here, right? So today we're going to take a look at the 7th studio album from a very cool Swedish band who kind of play in this like kind of 70s psychedelic, late 60s, early 70s psychedelic / hard rock / prog style. I'm talking about Sienaroot, The Secret of Our Time. So this follows up their previous album from 2017, which they're actually all their albums are really, really strong. But they've had this kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, an issue, but they change like members like all the time. So here we've got the core of the band from the last couple of years staying the same, which is, let me just get their name straight here, put the glasses on. So that's Love Billy Forsberg, who plays drums, percussion, vocals, and effects. Sam Riffer on bass, vocals, and effects. You got Eric Peterson on keyboards, organ, Hammond organ, clavinet, Rhodes, and Mate Gustafsson on guitar. Okay, so that's kind of like the core of the band. But joining them here for the first time ever, we have two singers, and they're both female. Pretty interesting. So we've got Zubaida Solid and Lisa Leistam, something like that. So here you got two female singers joining the core of the rest of the guys. You got a bunch of other guys who kind of appear on here helping out, the guys and girls. You got Lisa Isaacson on flute, Johan Borgström on guitar. You got KG West on guitar and Selena strings, Stian Grimstad on sitar, and Stefan Koglek on guitar. So you got a couple guests here kind of helping things out a little bit. But for the most part, got the main core of the band from the last couple of years and these two new female singers who sound great. They both have really good voices. They kind of remind me of both a little bit of like in her prime Grace Slick from the Jefferson Airplane, that sort of thing. Really, really strong vocals. They have that kind of late 60s, early 70s vibe, which is really cool. This has like been, the first time I heard this album, it was a little jarring because I'm like, all right, I didn't know that they had the change in vocalist. And like I said, they've had changes in singers quite often in their career. And I had to get used to hearing this band with female vocals. And once I did that, I realized how great of an album this actually really is. So it's got a ton of groove. By the way, let's just kind of show you what the album looks like here. We normally do that, right? There's the band. Hopefully you can see them okay. There's the inside. Lot of groove. Really great guitar work. Okay, the riffs are great. The soloing is fantastic. You got a little slide. You got lots of wah-wah, fuzz, all that sort of stuff. The organ is fantastic. If you love classic Deep Purple and Vanilla Fudge and Iron Butterfly and Uriah Heep and all that stuff, old Santana, you've come to the right place here. Great rhythms, all right, and the vocals are just outstanding. So it's like, guitar, mostly organ, right? Vocals, great grooves, heavy riffs, all that sort of stuff. Final Stand, killer song. The Siren song, excellent. Organic Intelligence, one of my favorite tracks on here. Rocks really hard. Mender. A couple of these tunes have that kind of like that bluesy, kind of simmering, atmospheric Deep Purple vibe going like from the early 70s. In Your Head, When a Fool Wears the Crown, another good up-tempo rocker. Daughter of the Mountains, another kind of simmering, slow bluesy track. Have No Fear, and Imaginary Borders. Imaginary Borders just absolutely kills. Great rhythms, kind of funky, kind of bluesy, but definitely 70s style heavy rock. A lot of psychedelia going on this album as well. I love this band. I really, really dig this band a lot. And like I said, I've seen all sorts of kind of reviews and statements about this album on the internet. Some that people love it, but they think it's their least successful album. Some people say it's their best. Some people are calling this the album of the year for 2020. I dig it a lot. And the more I listen to it, the more I like it. So definitely check it out if you haven't heard it. Great, so many great bands from Sweden these days. That's why I get really frustrated with people who are like, there's no good bands out there anymore. There hasn't been a good album released in 20, 30 years and all that kind of stuff. I love the classics from the 70s and the 80s. Well, if you like that stuff, go check. There's like a dozen. There's more, actually, but the ones that I really dig, there's probably like a dozen bands coming from Sweden or Scandinavia in general that are just kind of playing this great, groovy, retro 70s style thing and just kicking ass, man. And these guys, Sienaroot, are definitely one of them. Go check out all their albums. I got a couple live albums and it's really, really great stuff. Some of the stuff is a little more jammy. Some of the stuff is a little tighter. Some is a little more psychedelic. Some is a little more proggy. Some are a little heavier. This is kind of like a mix of everything. So The Secret of Our Time, Sienaroot. Check it out. and read the full review at www.sieatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. So we'll see you. We've got another new product review coming up, the latest from Stirith Ungol, so check that out momentarily. Take care. Bye-bye.